Really interesting this year, and I think the clients were really spending on the outdoor side more than the print side, and I wish they actually bring back print at some point.
It's my first time to judge, and I think the experience is very overwhelming. And looking at the ads, the crafting has improved so much over the years, especially when you look at the ad of the decade. It kind of reminds you of how much we've improved and how much the advertising industry has, evolved.
I think the work this year, I feel, is much better than the previous years. At least it's in my own opinion, much better than previous years. And what's nicer even is a lot of big brands are showing up in this competition, and I feel I feel as an industry, collectively as an industry, we seem to be moving forward to where we want to be really.
Year is better. It gets better every year. I just wish I didn't see the work in every category. Like, I see it in print, I see it in direct, I see it in design, and I see it in creative media. Wow. But I guess that means more money for the guild. Yay!
But I agree.
TV and film work, I think that there was crafting was helping some of the work through and letting down other bits. Simple ideas, unaffected by too many sort of mixed messages, but also the better and strong of the work. And I think there's probably 2 or 3 really good examples.
Well, strangely enough, there was more interesting radio than there was TV. I saw, or rather, I felt more effort to create something different in radio than for TV, which overall, I guess, felt, compared to radio, which felt a little more formulaic. It was good to see that stuff again, because you remember that it wasn't such a bad past 10 years. Yeah? I mean, there's some really stand-up stuff which are as good, and a good number of them are actually still better than some of the stuff today. So, yeah, and it's a battle for best of decade, and they're in good health. They're holding their own.
They were pretty much the best lot from each agency. So it's not a lot. And some of them I've seen at the Ad Congress and pretty much winners for the Ad Congress. The radio, there were a lot of new stuff. But what was interesting was the ad of the decade. It made us reminisce a bit, and it was like a lot of them were blasts from the past. They made us remember the kind of radio and TV ads we were doing when we were pretty much younger, not 10 years younger. And we had a nice choice on that. And the integrated and the virals were pretty much interesting as well, because I guess the clients nowadays are into the 360 approach, and we know how to enter this category already. It surprised me a bit that most, if not all, the entries were edited well. It was like there was a narrator, it was like written well, that we understood it right away, and they were not very long. So from my Ad Congress judging days, this was pretty much nicely entered, and therefore I guess there are a lot of finalists that made it, because it was I think it was the best choice also from each agencies already. They were like picked by the agencies already.
Seen a lot of good work this year from the creative guild members. Most of all, the radio entries are fantastic. I like most of them, but over the last few days, those wonderful radio commercials are gone. Only a few managed to survive. I thought I was generous enough, but we probably have a very strict panel.